What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Ace's Place 22, where I'm Ace. This is my place, and happy Turtle Tuesday. That's right, we've made it through another week. Well, from last week to this week, we still got the week to go through. Oh man, what bad wording. Let's get it though. Like, subscribe, share, comment, enjoy. Most of all, enjoy. Because this Turtle Tuesday is a pretty cool one. Nothing crazy. Well, I mean, it is pretty crazy actually, but nothing like what previous Turtle Tuesdays have been, where there's been this and that and it. Just this. This is all I've gotten, and this is actually from one order from eBay. So how about that? Didn't even look around and get a whole bunch of stuff. Just literally got a handful of things from one buyer, and we're gonna take a look at it. So yeah. Dun 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 dun. It's another Turtle Tuesday here at Ace's Place. So put on a smile and stay a while. I hope you guys enjoyed that, because I am in a really good mood. What we're going to take a look at here, though, are four vintage TMNT figures or accessory, however you want to label the one little character. But these guys are pretty rad. Like I said, I bought them off of one buyer on eBay. It is Fishin, Fishin, little dash 6. Fishin 6. Sounds kind of fishy with a name like that, but I can guarantee you, without a shadow of a doubt, by the end of this review, you'll feel pretty confident whether you buy anything from them or not, because this order right here is a little bit special. So when I initially was going through eBay, I was just, kind of just checking to see what there was and what little fun accessories there are, and even accessories for Ninja Turtles are extremely expensive. So I'm like, man, I'll just wait till I go to the toy show, right? But something caught my eye, specifically this big guy right here. Nope, not him. This big guy right here. It has to be an Ace video, because if they don't fall down, it's not an Ace Place video. They don't stand very well on the box. But the gorilla, his name is Sergeant Bananas. He is from like 1992, an original Playmates TMNT figure. Pretty expensive figure, especially if he's got all of his accessories, like most of them, right? But he caught my eye. I don't exactly remember how much he was by himself. Altogether, I paid, I think, $32 for all of what you see in front of you, which is an amazing deal. If you go look up Sergeant Bananas right now with his belt, I didn't even realize when I purchased him that he was going to have his belt there, and you can see he's got a pineapple grenade, machete, banana knife, coconut bombs, and then his little bullets, and then it's all wrapped up with a nice snake. But there you go. That is Sergeant Bananas. Getting ready for when the G.I. Joe Ninja Turtles drop, because I'm going to have all the military ones ready to get deployed for those awesome figures. GC's got a banana on his helmet. Now this guy, I kind of wish I did a before and after video. He was dirty. They were all pretty dirty, to be honest with you. But I didn't realize how dirty they were until I splashed some soap and water on them and cleaned them up. This guy looks brand spanking new. Awesome. All the way around. Right? 94? Is that? 91. I was going to say, I don't think they came out in 94. But his feet are breaking through his boots. Again, that, is the downward, I don't know what the hell they are. Sergeant? Well, obviously, he's a Sergeant Banana. Idiot. But you can see Gorilla. He's a gorilla, which is another character. But he was really awesome, and he was relatively cheap for what he usually is asked for. So I was like, you know what? There we go. Let's snag him. And then, me and the guy were communicating a little bit, and he said, hey, if there's anything else you see in that you want, go ahead and get it. And I'll, we'll do a deal or whatever. I was like, oh, radical. So I ended up, again, I have said accessories are expensive. I found this little guy on his site. This is Bob the Beaver. He goes to that guy right there, Monty Moose. We'll get into that in a second. At the time, I did not have a Monty Moose, but this accessory was not expensive at all. And I really do want to get all these little side characters like this. I have 5 of them at the moment. So Bob the Beaver was an absolute must, and he was extremely dirty too, but he cleaned up really well. And then there was Lieutenant Leo. Again, another really dirty one. I put him in warm water and used a toothbrush on him with some soap, and he absolutely looks perfect. I don't know about the coloring from white to yellow. I don't know if that was, supposed to be the camouflage like that. I'd have to actually give it a Google. But for the most part, he is really cool. So I have Lieutenant Leo. I think it's like Commander Raph, and then Shipmate Mikey. Oh, you can still see right actually underneath there's a little dirty. I didn't scrub under there at all apparently. But he looks awesome. And like I said, I want to, when all the G.I. Joe turtles come out, I want to have as many of the classic military ones as I possibly can. So then that leaves us with this guy, Monty Moose, that I have not mentioned that I ordered. So, I don't know if Fishin will see this. I think he has subscribed to the channel, but this was not something I ordered. This was in the box, unbeknownst to me. I have definitely checked this guy out. I've checked out every Ninja Turtle character they've ever made out on eBay. This guy's about as pricey as him on a good day. I don't know what the guy on his site was selling it for. I don't know. I don't even remember seeing this on his site. It's got some discoloration in it. It does have some questionable paint to it. When I've seen other ones where this is brown, or where this is gray, it's usually brown. But this doesn't look like a repaint at all. And if it is, it's amazing. But this is original. I mean, 1992 Monty Moose. I was ecstatic when I opened it up and I saw that, there was another rare Ninja Turtle figure in the box. And another, expensive one. So I was pretty happy with that. I'm not going to get him to stand again because he's a jerk. He's a big old Canadian jerk. There we go. We'll get him, excuse me. We'll get him like that. So, yeah, this has been literally just from, I don't think I've bought any Ninja Turtle stuff, any figures in, I don't know, like 2 weeks maybe? Like I said, this year I'm really bunkering down on Simpson figures and the World of Springfield interactive Simpson figures, that is. So, yeah, that's really where I've been focusing a lot of my attention. The Sergeant, I wanted to call him Gorilla. That's another character literally in Ninja Turtles called Gorilla, and he is a military ape. Super 7 made him. But I picked up this Sergeant Bananas, Lieutenant Leo, and Bob the Beaver for about $30 altogether with... No, I think he took the shipping off. I don't know. We made a really good deal. Because usually this guy can be like $20-25. This can be like $15-20. Got a pretty good deal on it. But then to get something free in there, of something I wasn't even expecting, and it complements Bob the Beaver. Maybe that's why it's thrown in there. I have no idea. But it's pretty damn cool. But that's not all. I mean, that's it for everything I've bought. But there's something else. Okay. WWE isn't the only one that's going to have surprise mysteries inside of a box or a crate or something underneath the mask. Oh, no. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching this Turtle Tuesday video right now, you're not going to want to miss the Ace in the Hole variety show this Friday, March 7th? No, March 6th at 6 p.m. because I have been trying so hard not to jinx myself, not to get overexcited. I mentioned this once to TKD Bar. One time I mentioned this to him. And I even was reluctant to do that. Once I sent the message, I said, "Oh, you're gonna ruin what you're trying. You're gonna ruin the surprise." This box is specifically being kept. It's all beat up and banged up. Keep for the Ace. I forgot the word the Ace in the Hole variety show. Why is that? Well, because, ladies and gentlemen, I've mentioned millions of times on this channel, I had a bunch of Ninja Turtle toys when I was a kid. My brother was there at the beginning when they first came out. He was born in 1985. I was born in 1990, so he had a little bit of a head start by the time the toys came out. I remember a majority of the Ninja Turtle figures that we had. This, though, this is interesting. But unfortunately, we're not going to be able to open it until the end of the week. It's only a few more days, and I'll give you guys a clue. Or a little bit of a backstory, actually. My grandmother, for I don't know how long, actually, has been cleaning out her attic. And when you go into her attic, there is a full bedroom and like 2 bedrooms, basically. They got this huge fucking house. Excuse my language, but they got this huge house. It's got 2 different sets of upstairs to it. So on one side, it used to be my brother's place. Now my brother moved out because he went to a different school and stuff like that when he was younger. Had a different dad. Blah blah blah. These are things that he kept at my grandmother's house that I don't think I ever got my hands on. That I don't think me or my other brother ever got our hands on. So they were cleaning out the attic, and my grandmother's like, "Oh, I found some Ninja Turtle toys, and the last time I talked to you, you said you'd do a TubeU show and you'd talk about turtles." I said, "Yep, that's pretty true." My grandmother lives about an hour away, maybe an hour and a half, depending on traffic. So I don't get to go see her a lot. She messaged me. Well, didn't message me. Oh, my God. That's the era we lived in. She called me last night and told me, "Hey, if you want to come over this upcoming weekend, I've got a box full of stuff. It's all I could find. It's all yours." I did tell her, though, when she first told me about Ninja Turtle stuff, because we've talked a few times. And the very first time she mentioned it, I told her, "Grandma, please don't reach out to my older brother. Please, just tell him it doesn't exist." And she's like, "You got it, sweetie." And I was like, "Ah! I love you, Grandma." So, I went over today after work. As I knew I was going to do it once she called me last night. I went over, surprised Grandma, surprised Pops. That is not the one that's doing bad. That is my other grandfather. But Pops and Grandma, they're farmers. Blah, blah, blah. So here is the box. I do know one thing that's inside of it. A couple of things. I don't know specifically what they are, but there are some figures, she said. She said my uncle went through it. Because his toys, he had some stuff up in the attic. And he went through this stuff and cleaned up, I guess, what he could. Or, I don't know if he cleaned it up, but organized it up, I guess. Whatever. We'll have to take a look when we open the box. But I'm going to have to be a really good boy. I'm truly not going to open this until Friday on the live. I want to be excited. I want to be with everybody when we do it. Because I think that'll be fun. It could be really great stuff. It could be duds. It could literally be... It might not even be action figures. It might not be anything like what I have over here in my collection already. You can see the empty gap over there. That's where these guys were. But it might not be anything. It literally might not be anything. But I do know she said, and I'll give a little spoiler, there is a vehicle in there. So that's all we got. That is all we got. So this will be taunting me for the next few days. I will be a good little ace, and I will not... Nope. I will not peek into it. So, you guys and gals, if you're excited like I am, if you want to know what's in here, you have to absolutely, positively Tune in this Friday for the Ace in the Hole Variety Show at 6 p.m. Only at Ace's Place 22. All right, so thank you guys so much for watching. This has been my totally tubular turtle Tuesday in Shell. Yeah, we'll see you guys in the next one. Oh, wait. Love, peace, and pizza grease. Ha ha.